Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Energy Unleashed, the Midlife Reset podcast, where we sit down and speak to some of the most genius minds out there as we have deep conversations related to the midlife phase and how energy plays a major role in everything. Today's guest is a yoga enthusiast whose life was transformed when she discovered yoga in her young adult life. She became devoted to this ancient practice, became an instructor, and just has been guiding others in their self-empowerment. Also, helping women in their midlife navigate menopause through yoga, breath work, meditation, has also been recognized as one of Dubai's 50 most influential women to watch out for. Without further ado, Priyanka. I'm here with the amazing, my sweet friend, Priyanka. How are you?
I'm very well. Thank you so much. You're so sweet.
You too, you too. Thank you so much. As you know, we've been chatting that my mission here is to spread out there to the universe the benefits of ancient practice and natural healing. And what better to have someone than you, just with all of your wisdom from learning from your years growing up, practicing yoga. And so I just wanted to bring you on here so we can chat and share this information out there to those like us in our midlife. We're thriving in our 40s and just both of us had a similar journey, spiritual journey, and just transformation for the better. So, welcome. You're now where in Dubai, correct?
Yes, I am in Dubai.
I love, and you're there doing retreats, or what exactly is going on over there in Dubai?
Currently, I am setting up programs over here where I can interact and collaborate with studios where women are more open to approaching menopause in a way which can benefit them and go deeper into this. I'm open to exploring where I can be of service, and I also would, of course, be doing this online. I want to reach out to as many women as I can. I'm not stopping there. It's only the beginning.
So, you could just share a little bit of your
Mm.
background so everyone knows how fantastic you are. But how did you get introduced to yoga, and what is the essence of yoga? So we can share for those who they hear about yoga, they see it. I'm here in Miami, and we have so much of that because it's the beautiful weather and they're doing this practice, but what is the true when you take it serious and really
Mm.
study and practice it? What's the true essence of yoga to you? How can you help us understand better yoga, the essence of it, and the benefits of
Okay.
it?
Yeah, that's such a good question. For me, it's a tool. It's a skill. It is how I am combining the mind, the body, my emotions, and eventually my spirit because
Yes.
I feel it.
I feel like it's a lot. That's why I'm so happy that you're on here to help shed more information, not only for the midlife, because I'm
Yeah,
sure other people are going to run into this video too,
absolutely.
but it's and again, when we go through our journeys and connect, going on our spiritual journey, I can see clearly it's from a lot of the
Hmm.
programming on the outside, a lot of media going on, and
Mm.
all that noise from the outside is just,
Yeah,
the separation. And a lot of people
yeah,
are just in this material world and looking externally for things to
yeah.
satisfy them. And I see the younger girls, growing up way too fast, more than back in my day. Not that
I
it's for
know.
not that it's that long ago, but
I
it's
know.
changed so much. So if we and right now there's like a sense of peace right now I can see from you and people that have come across me since I've been
Mm.
practicing, natural healing, chakra healing. Michelle, you such a glow.
Yeah.
Michi, you look so amazing now. And literally it's been since I've been working on natural healing, chakra
Yeah.
centers, yoga, qigong, you
Mm.
know, all of the internal mindful activities, mindful living. So, how did you find this
Mm.
practice, especially in India. It's when you were in your 20s, was it popular back then?
No, not very popular as it is right now. There was a workshop basically happening in my neighborhood, and I was very curious because I was seeking. This workshop was happening in my neighborhood, and I just asked my mom, I'm like, will you come with me? She said, of course, I'll come with you. So we attended the workshop, and it was happening for 5 days. And then at the end of those days, the kind of breath work I learned, the movement of my body, how I was feeling, I was understanding like, okay, this movement is opening my heart a bit right now. Oh, this is interesting.
Because
Okay,
you
I'm
felt it.
breathing in a certain way. And my mind is all of a sudden, I'm feeling light. Okay, this is interesting. And at the end of the program, there was a sharing moment that took place, and everybody sharing their stories. And then I was like, this is it. I need to go deeper into this. So then I found a teacher in my neighborhood. No fancy flyer out there, nothing. It was just a piece of paper in a medical store that said, for yoga, contact this number. I called that number, and there was this beautiful voice that answered the phone. And she then invited me. I attended her class, and just being in her presence, I was like, I am hooked on. I need this. I need her to teach me everything. So I surrendered in that moment. I'm like, I'm yours. Just just do what you
Wow.
will.
And it was more energy. You could just
Mm,
feel and sense the energy. Being around these people who were so connected from living in this practice, you just felt like calming, right? Just like
absolutely. I
beautiful
would go
energy.
to her every day. In fact, I was so obsessed. She would be like literally telling me, listen, you need to not come today so that I could
Ah,
rest.
yes, you wanted to live
I'm
there
like, okay, I'm
24/7.
sorry. Yeah, I was there. I was like, and then I became stronger, not just physically. My ailments, my low back pain was gone. My whole being felt so light. I
Wow.
felt like I was a child again. We all need this more now than ever because if we continue going in the direction that we are, which we still are,
Yep,
20 years later, and it is increasing the levels of stress, the levels of depression, anxiety, suicides, even.
it's terrible. I
It is
know. I know.
insane.
I
And
know.
then the physical manifestations are in our bodies. I developed endometriosis. It was about 5 centimeters or so. It was about that big. And the doctor said, you can get it surgically removed. I said, no, I'm not going to get any surgery done on me.
Hmm.
So I started treatment of the cyst. I want to heal myself. I need to heal
Wow.
my body. Modern medicine has not really truly yet been able to understand our bodies entirely. There is still so much more out there that we
Yes.
need to know. And I'm a big fan of Ayurveda. Ayurveda has been my go-to because I feel that it doesn't act on just the symptoms. It heals at the core. It goes to the root of the problem, and it's a holistic approach. It is diet, it is mindset, it is physical movement as well.
Hmm.
So it's a complete
It's
healing that I am drawn to.
like a
And
mindful living. All,
mindful,
yep,
no
yep.
side effects. But also at the same time, I have gone through allopathic treatment to balance it out. I am not against allopathic medicine. I feel there has to be a balance. There has to be
Hmm.
alternative healing. There has to be allopathic healing. There has to be Ayurveda or any other form of
Hmm.
medication, acupuncture, name it all, I'm open
Yes,
to it.
yes, yes, a
It
hundred
needs to
percent.
be holistic.
Yes,
And
yes, yes.
so on this journey of mine of endometriosis, the allopathic medicine that I was taking, my monthly cycle had to come to a stop. And that was leading to, of course, hormonal changes.
Exactly.
Brain fog is coming in, palpitations are coming up, anxiety is setting in, mood swings are coming up. And here I am, a few years later, figuring things out, and I'm like, what? I thought I was going through what any other person was. I didn't connect the two, that maybe it's this medication that is causing it. I stopped the medication. I just continued with Ayurveda. I've gone through a lot of experiments on myself, getting to know my body, getting to listen to my body.
Yes.
Yoga has taught me that to whatever I do, I'm not just going to the gym. The philosophies that you have to be mindful. You're showing up for yourself. You're being consistent. And it's not just the practice on the mat, it is a practice off the mat. What am I
Exactly.
allowing to enter my energy field, right? What
Exactly.
is affecting me? Now I'm able to understand, not just understand, interpret, and then draw boundaries. Most important, boundaries through communication with people. It could be even food. It can be even our work. And that's when all the cleansing started to happen. Okay, little by little, just release and let go what doesn't serve. And if it is going on its own, let it go.
And
It's
that's the
not meant to
boundaries
be.
that people should be putting, is what you're saying. As you're living this transformation, this journey, things that don't resonate with you deep inside,
Mm,
just boundaries there, but everything being just energetically tuned to yourself. And
mm.
was yoga like a daily, you would do it morning and night?
As much as I could, as much as the time allowed, I am
Mhm.
waking up very early in the morning, trying to fit in my at least the morning practice if I could, because I know it'll set me up for the day. A lot of us say that it should be like brushing your teeth every morning. Yes, definitely. Some kind of practice needs to be incorporated. I totally agree. But
Mhm.
if it is not able to happen in that moment, if you're not able to do that, don't be hard on yourself.
For sure.
These are the
Because for some
lessons.
people, it's not easy. I hear it all the time. I was one of those who, years ago, I'm also very naturally more fast paced, but through
Mm,
learning chakra healing, practicing more with yoga, it has slowed me down a lot.
mm,
And the amount of sensitivities I have now, energy, I can feel like this,
yeah.
whether it's with a person, even with you right now, for instance, or when I'm doing the actual physical practice, like qigong is extra slow and more just feeling
Yes.
the energy, activating your centers. And I am just like in awe, and it is kind of like an addiction in a way, but a good one, because
Yes.
the more you do it, the more you are more easily able to feel the energy around you. And this is how miracles can happen, because you
Yeah.
feel the energy, with mind and intention, and the whole breakdown, with the science breakdown of how energy and cells communicate to each other.
Mm-hmm.
That's how you helped heal yourself, is through yoga, but not just stretching, right? And
Mm,
postures and the movements. It was doing this intention and
very much.
yes.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Yoga actually opened my mind and my heart to so much more that's out there. So all the conditioning that has been given to us when we are kids and we don't really
Mhm.
know what is right or what is wrong. But yoga actually opened my mind to a point where I was asking questions and people were like, why are you asking me? I don't know. So I'm like, okay, I need to go deeper into this. And it wouldn't have come up if it wasn't for yoga. And when I say yoga, it is again not just the stretching, like you're saying.
Exactly.
It was the philosophy and the studies and teaching myself to listen to my inner voice. How do I come to listen to that inner voice? Daily meditation, disconnecting from what's outside of you so that you can go deeper within, just even for 5 minutes to just sit. So it's even
Exactly.
more difficult these days
Yep.
to
More difficult.
calm the mind.
I agree. And so that's the thing. It's like, the good and the bad, because it is hard to tune out and tune out the outside noise. But at the same time, then we have things like this where there's free resources out there to find out how to
Yes.
connect. Because like you said, it's for people, I know many people still who can't really connect, or they feel just weird and can't
Hmm.
focus enough. They don't feel comfortable maybe with themselves. Or I love my alone time now. Before I'd be like, oh,
Yeah.
I'm so bored. I have to be
Yeah.
doing something. But I am telling you, like, I just feel so much more at peace. And I
Yeah.
love because that alone time is like, I just feel connection, like, seriously, like a deep
Yeah.
connection, and like, a inner peace and calming. And like you found this one lady who you were like, oh my God, she's amazing. You could just
Yeah.
feel her. But
Yes.
others need to find and learn, if they want to learn yoga or, energy healing the right way, you have to find also the right information, the right instructor, not just the poses and the this and the that, but to actually truly understand the practice, to actually
Mm,
get the full benefit of it. Because stretching feels
absolutely.
great, but it's just, I'm just glad that we're doing this, because there's so much more than just those pretty poses. And I just,
Absolutely.
so what's your suggestion for someone? Because as you were saying, you went through your, early tough trials and tribulations when you were younger. You had your guide to help you, your mentor to help you connect. Like, what's a tip that you could give somebody who maybe is just like, oh yeah, I tried yoga, but I just don't feel like, what's so great about this? Like, how can we? What's a tip we could give them to try the next time they go to a yoga class to try to connect better?
Be open, be receptive, give them a chance, give yourself a chance.
Mm-hmm.
That's the first thing. I'm very curious to know and to learn and explore and understand. And like, why does it happen? There has to be a reason for this to happen in a certain way. Instead of shutting it down, the reason we shut down is because we are afraid to see a side of us that can come up which we are not ready to really understand.
Mm-hmm.
That's
Like
the
a feeling.
biggest. It can be a feeling, it can be a revelation. For example, during one of these classes of mine with this teacher, that time in the middle of the yoga class, I just started to cry. And
Oh
I
my gosh.
panicked. I'm not hurt. She didn't do anything to me. I came in feeling just fine. She comes to me and I'm telling her, sobbing in between tears. And
Ah,
she's like, it's okay. This is it. Your body is
you
releasing. Allow
see,
it.
that gave
I'm
me the
like,
chills,
oh,
because you were finally open and feeling the energy. But you know why I have the chills? Because I also, through my spiritual journey, I mean, this could take a long conversation, because I'm sure we all have our own stories of our
such conversations are
upbringing.
never
Oh,
short.
yet never short. But we all have our stories. Some people's
Yes.
are worse than others. But it's for a reason. So I was going through my little life journey, went to a retreat, Mago retreat in Sedona, Arizona, which I there met Tao master energy healers. Amazing. Just, you go there and you're in awe. You're in the mountains, and this beautiful rocks, red rocks everywhere, and just gorgeous. And it's just a very zen feeling over there.
Mm,
And so I was doing a natural healing course, like a retreat. And so there, that's where I learned really how to, like, focus. So being taught and led by masters helped me to concentrate. So, and we were doing an energy healing practice, um, helping to heal each other, just through our hands, activating our
mm,
energy centers. So we have our partner, we were here, And then it's our turn. The master is coming around after we're done, um, healing each other, practicing. And again, you're open, you're connected. We did a lot of grounding, chakra activation. So here comes after we're here, just accepting, new fresh energy. We're done healing with our partners. The masters are coming around, and out of nowhere, I'm here just holding open, and I'm feeling like completely a nice energy line coming down. And here out of nowhere, I feel like it was like a button, and I felt like a buzz. I swear to you, I felt like a little electricity coming all the way down, and I just started crying too. And it was more like whatever intention she, as a, years of studying and practicing and living Tao energy healing, it's amazing how powerful you can be. So same like you're saying in your yoga and that experience that you had, like a revelation, it's like a connection. Once you match that frequency, it's like it's incredible. Like you can't explain it. You can't
You
explain
can't.
it.
This is my tip. Go with an open mind, with an open
Mm-hmm.
heart, and pay attention to what's happening in your body. Forget that you're going to set up your phone to record what you're doing so that you can have some content to post on Instagram. Okay,
Right.
do that. Fine. If it makes you happy, do it. But remember to take something more from this gift.
Mm-hmm.
Take it, see it as a gift, first of all, that
That's
you are
beautiful. Yes.
investing in your health, in your personal development,
Mm-hmm.
and take your awareness within to understand what is happening in each and every part of your body. And this is at an energetic level, right? We talk about the chakras, we talk about the energy centers. These are centers in our body which are very, very prominent, and everybody has felt them. Literally every being has it, feels
Mm-hmm.
it. It's just that we don't know how to see it or understand it or articulate about why I feel what I feel.
Yes.
So it's the simplest thing. Your body, this body is our best guide, our best
Mm-hmm.
teacher, our best support system, your own therapist,
Mm-hmm. Yes. Yes.
right?
Yes.
And the sooner we learn to listen to our body, we will be able to understand what I need in that moment, and the
Mm-hmm.
answer will come. So instead
And
of
yes.
seeking outside of us, where should I go to? Who do I talk to? The confusions do come in, absolutely. But 5 minutes, sit with yourself, take a few deep breaths. One can even write down what they are wanting. They can put that question down and just leave it open and just be. Yoga is, like I said in the beginning, it's a life skill. It's tools that will make one super self-efficient,
Mm-hmm.
self-reliant, and most importantly, empowered. Instead
I
of
love
depending
that.
on the external world and coming from a mindset, a victim mindset, we are
Mm-hmm.
now coming from a, a victorious
I
mindset
love that.
that
Yes.
this is it, I got this,
Yes.
So,
Oh, just in doing this practice, just altogether more respect for life in general,
yeah, yeah, yeah,
I love it. I absolutely love it. And finding, so I think our advice would be to find, just give it a try to connect. And if you're not really understanding, or perhaps you just don't have the correct maybe class, I think that maybe sometimes you need to go somewhere else to perhaps learn maybe meditation or
absolutely.
something. Then, because a lot of these classes are so busy, and it's for the, the marketing, whichever the case, and they're
Yeah,
just going through the movements. But to really, really understand what we're talking about. And that's why I wanted to have this episode, just so people can understand just the powerful benefits, with this natural healing, with yoga,
Mm.
with qigong. And can you share, and more so for me, what is the difference? There's Kundalini yoga, and then there's is it hatha
Oh, so
yoga?
many. Yes. What
So
I
there's
do?
different,
Yes.
yes. And
Yes.
can you explain how does it vary? Not that we have to go through each one, but more so, is there a difference, and why should we go with which one according to our state?
So vinyasa is different from Kundalini to Iyengar to Hatha to Shivananda to so many more. I was called to Hatha Yoga because of this teacher of mine. More than the practice, it was this energy that I could connect with.
Mm-hmm.
There are a lot of teachers I have attended. I'm sure you've also experienced this. It's that first feeling,
Mm-hmm.
when you know.
Yes,
It's that
yes,
simple.
yep.
In that first meeting, if in that first interaction, something connected, it'll work for you. Now, it could
Mm-hmm.
be Hatha Yoga, it could be Ashtanga, it could be Vinyasa. It is who you're receiving the lesson from. So that actually
Okay.
would bring me to my tip number two. When you're going for the first time, you're exploring. Yes, you don't know what to expect. So you go with an open mind.
Mm-hmm.
Now, when you're in that space, if instantly from the body language of that person who you've gone to, you receive a very calming, a very warm, a very loving feeling,
Yes.
then great. Go ahead, dive right in. For a second also, you feel there is something off. It could be in the way they're communicating.
Mm-hmm.
They are maybe very aggressive in their, persona. Their body language is a little tough and rigid, and you
Yep.
cannot connect with it. Okay, be there, listen to what they're saying, but most importantly, listen to your body. If the second you feel a little bit of fear or uneasiness, leave
Mm-hmm.
politely, like, okay, this
Mm-hmm.
is this is not for me. Please excuse me, and leave. It makes an impact. Someone else would like something, some tough love, so to
Yeah,
speak,
yeah.
and
Sometimes
they
they
can
resonate
connect.
more with that. Exactly.
Exactly. I may not
Exactly.
resonate with that. So I could connect with Hatha Yoga because of her, because I can hold the pose for long. I'm
So
able
is
to
that,
go
what is
within.
that? Is it more of the, so hatha is more like certain poses, correct?
Mm.
Is that's the difference? Is like is it more intense poses?
So Hatha is
Com
actually the foundation of yoga in
okay.
terms of the asanas, the poses.
Mm-hmm.
In vinyasa, it's flow. You flow from one pose to the
Yes.
next. There's a
Yes.
rhythm.
It's like a dance, a very
It's like a
slow
dance.
flow. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. In Hatha yoga, you are holding the pose for long, taking your attention deeper in, you're incorporating your breath work, and you are also practicing being mindful because you're taking your
Yes.
attention to feel, okay, if I'm twisting my body in a certain way, this is what I'm feeling in my lower back. And then I'm also feeling this in my sacral center, my energy center over there. Okay,
Yes.
now when I'm coming back, okay, now all of a sudden, how is my left side, my feminine feeling from my
Yes.
right side, my masculine. Okay, now this is activating this thought process in my
Yes.
mind here. You go so, so deep. And
And
then
sometimes emotions come out from that, right? Because, and
because
people
it's
don't
been,
realize simple things, even at the hips where there's a lot of energy stored, people are sitting down so long. It's like you said, we were crying out of nowhere because of a pressure point or energy. It's all in its own way, slightly different, activating the energy centers that are connected, so the chakras, right, that are connected to all your body systems, every single,
Mhm.
hormone and nerves. So, and then that's the benefit of the Hatha yoga is releasing the energy, because if that energy, stagnant energy, just stays, it
Yeah,
manifests into illnesses, like you were saying,
absolutely. Absolutely.
pain, emotional imbalance, physical imbalance. And so with all the different types of yoga, like you said, it's more trying to experiment, see what calls to you, but to
Yes.
realize that there's different types out there.
Yeah.
So it just depends on what you resonate with, what feels good
Yes.
to you.
Yes. I have tried Kundalini, I have tried Ashtanga, I have tried Vinyasa. Oh, Iyengar also I've done. And
Wow.
finally I was like, no, I'm coming back to Hut because for me it was how also what I received while I was learning,
Mm-hmm.
what I could resonate with, like you said. This is what I could connect with. It is. So if someone
I love that.
forces me to do something else, I'm like, I'm sorry, I can't. So my
And
style
Priyanka
of
does
teaching,
aerial yoga too.
oh yeah, yeah, I want to incorporate aerial yoga in my hatha yoga in such a way that it is
Oh, that's so
accessible
cool.
to people who are experiencing issues specific to your arthritis, for example. And you cannot put a lot of weight on your hands when you're doing
Mm-hmm.
some postures. So I want to incorporate the hammock in the aerial yoga as a tool where you can use it as a support to go deeper into that same
Yes,
stretch
yes,
and
yes.
not get intimidated by thinking that it's aerial acrobats. I'm certified in aerial yoga, and so that has opened up my mind to now merge the two together, where I can make it more accessible to men and women more
Oh,
easily. You are perfect as you
exactly.
are. Come, experience it. I'm there to support you, and let's go on this journey together.
Oh,
We have to do this together.
yes,
That's
together,
it.
that's the key thing, exactly. And I love this because so many people don't know the benefits of the, it sounds simple, but if you don't use it, you lose it. Our bodies are meant to
Yes.
move, right?
If
Meant
you
to
don't use
move.
it, you lose it. Well said.
Yes,
Well said.
yes, yes,
Yes.
yes. This is so fantastic, and I need to come visit to one of your events, retreats. I would love to try that. I have not tried that, particularly hatha yoga. I have not, or the aerial. So that's something that already I'm pretty flexible. Dancing when I was younger,
Wonderful.
and once you start doing it, you see when you don't stretch at all. Maybe I miss one day because of such a hectic day, whichever.
Yeah.
I feel my body go like this.
Yep.
And I said, oh, I feel so tense. I can imagine people that go years, just go to work, eat, go to bed, wake up, and just sit, sit,
Yeah.
sit, sit, sit.
Yeah.
And that's why you have the pains and the emotional imbalance and the things are energy is insane. It talks to each other. Stagnant energy. We need to keep things circulating and moving. If not, it's gonna affect
Absolutely.
us.
Absolutely. You've said it so well. We have been designed in a very unique way, which we now need to accept and see ourselves in that light. We have this intuition that only we have.
Yes,
And that
yes. Born
helps us
with it.
and that helps us to go deeper into our beings far quickly when we are able to incorporate yoga, just a few main things, even if it's just a foundation you're able to build, it will ignite that spark within us
Yes,
to such a point, and I'm sure you have experienced it, that everything all of a sudden makes so much sense. And
yes.
yes, even at this time in our life, one day of not being able to move or to stretch or to meditate, we feel sluggish, we feel disaligned, we
Mm-hmm.
feel disconnected. And now more than ever, we need to have a ritual for
Yes,
ourselves
yes, yes.
where we are
Oh,
pampering ourselves this way.
essential
Indulge in
oils that smell
this.
yummy. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, pamper
Mm-hmm.
yourself. Essential oils, incense, some nice music, and some soft light, a lovely altar, a beautiful mat, a lovely attire. Make your
Some
dress
pretty
up for
crystals, earth
something.
elements, right?
Yeah,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
love yourself this way. So then you're inviting yourself to do this on a more regular basis rather than a rigid, oh, I have to do this. No, it's not gonna work. You want to do this. You look forward to it. The
I
soon,
love that.
the minute you wake up, I'm like, I see my yoga mat and this is my
Mm-hmm.
time.
This is
That's the
exactly, everybody
inspiration.
needs
That's the
that.
motivation we need. In this transitional phase in our time where we need to balance the feminine more
Yes,
with the
yes,
masculine. It
yes.
can't be one
The
above the other.
yin and yang, both,
It has to be
100%.
together.
Yes,
So we were so less in our feminine through our lives, it is what it is. The
yeah,
patriarchy had conditioned us rather in such a way. Now we're like, okay, let's just break free from that and not in a rebellious way, but in a
right.
graceful way, in a fluid way, in a loving way. That's the feminine.
Yes,
That's
and
what we
there's
want to
more
bring in.
awakening now. Don't you see that? Like more people.
Absolutely.
Mm, I love this.
Yeah,
I
and
love this.
that is why my offering is this, where I want women to first shift this mindset that all of a sudden I'm of no use. It's a very, very sensitive time in our lives, this transition. I've interacted with women who have felt so unknowingly, they have felt so less of themselves because they feel that something is has been taken from them. And I'm
Wow.
like, no. This is
Wow.
life. This is nature. This you are
Yes.
being in your element. First of all, we need to
No?
see ourselves as goddesses.
Yes. Yes.
It's time.
No,
We've been
yes.
there for someone else. We have given and we have given so much of ourselves. It is time to receive, not even take, not even
Amen. I
snatch,
love
not even
that.
steal. Allow,
Yes.
receive. This is what we're
I
receiving.
love
So
that.
when we come with this mindset, again, yoga is what is bringing in all of this. It is not the stretching. Stretching is secondary. It is first allowing, first showing
Yes.
up on the mat.
Yes. Yes.
If I'm
And
showing
that's
up on
when
the
the
mat,
mindful comes to play because every movement, be in that position and be in that state and just exactly
and
allow
yeah,
and just be
yeah,
and listen and connect and ground
yeah.
yourself. Yeah.
And then a community of women like yourself, this podcast. So many more
Yes.
such communities where we are holding space for them to just be
I
themselves.
love
So
that.
they finally accept themselves.
Yes. No,
And then they
like you
allow
said,
for that shift.
it's like we need more of that, like a
Yeah.
sisterhood, like you said,
Sisterhood.
because it's during also this age as well, and
Yeah.
like you said, our bodies go through so much, and we
So
women, our
much.
bodies, we have so many hormonal
So much.
cycles,
Yeah.
and it could be depression out of nowhere. It depend. You have to just
Yeah.
keep be as healthy as you can. You keep movements. You do a lot of, spiritual activities. What else would you recommend when we're going through our phase? Because menopause happens as early as what? Sometimes like late 30s, it could like
Yeah.
the onsets. And
Yeah.
we may not know what this random, why do we feel, I think I was sharing with you a little bit
Yes.
ago. For years, I wondered, why do I feel like 1 or 2 days out of the month randomly, maybe it's close to my cycle, maybe not, but like an elephant was on top of me, or
Yeah.
randomly I'll be vomiting, and I'm like, how is this possible? But is this around the time of my cycle? Because then it's
Mm.
1 week before, then it's 1 week after. And I would feel so extreme fatigue to where I'm
Mm.
yawning and almost passing out while I'm driving. It was really scary
Oh,
at some point, and I had to
yeah.
pull over.
My
Like
gosh.
something in the system was like something was going off. Anywho, so I went to the doctor, to the clinic, just to check. And I said, okay, the next time this happens, it wouldn't be every single month, but like sometimes a few months in a row. Then it was fine for a few months. Of course, stress, I know for sure it has a part to do with it. And I said, I'm gonna go and get, my blood drawn during this episode just to see what's going on. Oh, you're perfect. Everything's wonderful.
Yeah.
Everything checked out. So I was like, what is going on? But all they could say is probably severe, premenstrual or perhaps menopause or
Yeah,
kind of nobody knew what was going on. But I
exactly.
was like, I know my body, something's acting up. And this was the time when I was feeling like this was before I started getting connected and practicing chakra healing and qigong and
Yeah.
yoga. It's amazing. I honestly, and I don't want to jinx myself, but I'm not because
Touch wood, touch wood.
no, no, no. But let me tell you, it has not happened in the longest time. Isn't it amazing?
I am
It
not
must have been an
surprised.
unbalance. Yes, yes, yes.
Our bodies
But
are
how
best
awesome.
doctors,
We need to listen, right? It's
best
the
healers.
answers to
Absolutely.
everything. 100%.
Absolutely. This stage in our lives, the midlife and women who we support, we have been dismissed quite often for what we feel, what we think, what we say
Mm-hmm,
by other women as well.
mm-hmm.
And the the most difficult thing to hear and which we allow, and now we need to stop that, is dismissing ourselves that something is wrong with me. No, I am broken. No,
Yes, 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 yes.
I am just fine. I am grateful that this is happening to me. Yes. Now I know what I have to do. Yes.
Mm-hmm,
I need to find women supporting me for this. Yes.
mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
That's what, this is where we have to start at. What we are thinking. Mental health over here is so sensitive at this time. That's why a lot of women are currently going through so much depression, who are in their 50s, who are in their early 60s, who have gone through depression, nervous breakdowns, suicides. And I
Yes.
was like, oh my God, we need to do something about this.
And
And
it's
this is
that
what we
age.
have to
Yes.
do. It is that age,
It
and
is
this is
it's
where we need to be there for each other.
for
Yeah.
each other. And so, but this is the whole purpose of why we have, conversations like this and putting it out there in the entire universe. Because imagine somebody listening to this right now and feeling stuck because a lot of people, and that's not old, we are not our age, we are
Mm.
our energy, is what I always love to
Yes.
say.
Yes, yes,
Because same
yes.
thing, and you too, doesn't matter what we may look like, but people get
Mm-mm.
around us and it's the life spirit, the energy. No, no, nobody can believe, oh my gosh, you're 44, you're 40, whatever. But there's some women that are just feeling stuck because it's like a midlife crisis in a way for some
Crisis.
people,
Yeah.
because they feel like, is what is life? Is this all that life is? Just go to work,
Yeah.
come back, go to sleep,
Yeah.
wake up. It's a cycle
Yeah.
like the rat race.
Yes.
But when you connect and you just feel like you can hear the universe
Yeah,
more, and
absolutely.
so many
Absolutely.
things, and just things don't go your way, maybe something bad happens. It's because I believe things are just shaking up on purpose to push you
Just,
in the right way, right?
yeah, yeah, yeah. It can be just a bed of nails if you are resisting it, and it can be a bed of roses if you allow it and you let it
Mm-hmm.
empower you.
Mm-hmm.
And then it flows from there. Then it's one miracle after the next. You're seeing glimmers everywhere. You're not seeing
Yes.
triggers, you're seeing glimmers. And so you
Yes.
just notice that glimmer, like, oh, hmm, okay, thank you. Wonderful. then you're even more empowered, then you're even more like upbeat and you're having a lovely day and you just flowing through. You're in your feminine, you're in your divine feminine. So
Mm-hmm.
this is yoga for me. This is how I am helping women to, or at least I want to serve women this way, where it is a holistic approach. We do a little bit of movement, we do a little bit of meditation, we do a little bit of breath work, we do a little bit of intentional work where we like, okay, how do I want to start my day? And then after my practice, how do I behave outside of this safe space? Because then
Mm-hmm.
I'm heading into the world. I'm coming back to triggers into my life, which earlier I could not handle.
Absolutely.
But now I'm being taught to pause and
Mm-hmm.
breathe.
Yes.
Okay, let me practice this. So now
And
these are
isn't it,
tools,
yes, and isn't it
tools.
now, since you are more in tune to yourself, you have more respect for yourself. And that's what I found. Even still, when I go to certain positions or workplaces, and immediately I can sense, an energy that I don't resonate well with, or,
Yeah,
you can kind of see through people being more in tune to yourself, and you
very true.
learn the old you may be, bitter and angry and all
Yeah.
this, blah, 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 like,
Yeah.
but no, then you just kind of just sit back and look and say, okay, that's just problems within their self, that they have to feel and act like they're better than you for whatever reason that they haven't resolved inside them. But you learn to just love, still continue to love life, and just, that you're, you know, how do you
Yeah.
explain that? Like, I don't want to make it sound mean, like, oh, I'm better than
I
that,
know
but
what you mean. I know what you
like,
mean.
I
Yeah.
just can
It's like
navigate through life
because
so much better now.
very true because you have worked so hard on yourself. You have done that inner work
Mm-hmm.
so much. You have gone through that and you've come
Yes.
out
Yep.
on the other side a winner. And
Mm-hmm.
so you know what you have invested, the energy, the time. And so you are holding on to your power now.
Mm-hmm.
Earlier,
Yep.
it was unconsciously happening. We were giving away our power, not knowing how to
Yes.
handle it. Instead of be like, that person is responsible for how I'm feeling within myself. So
And
now you're
ruined your
able
whole
to
day.
and
Yep.
ruin your whole
Yep.
day. You have you've learned to disengage and disempower that moment, not yourself. You've disempowered that moment, that energy. And yes, triggers are great to have. Have that trigger, but choose to not release that
Yes.
ammunition.
Huge lesson for so many people that, again, it's hard because not everybody's at that stage in life to really understand it. So it's sometimes it'll come and sometimes it won't. It depends on what stage you're in.
Yeah, but we
But for
need to.
those, we need
Yeah,
to. And for those, in the midlife right now, watching this
yeah,
coming across, they are worthy, they are
yeah,
good
very
enough.
much, very
Um,
much.
and it's just sad because I know I hear and sometimes see, like, there's not enough self-confidence.
Yeah,
Like they just, and it's not the entire, group of midlife, but there's quite a few that just are kind of like, even though they may not say they're depressed, but like, what else is there to life? Like their life is kind of wasting away and sad.
yeah,
So really what they can take away from this whole episode, of course, we introduced the natural healing, the different types of yoga, mindful meditation. I suggest, and you as well, that anyone who's feeling stuck or lack of purpose, or just feeling kind of down, and just like, is this what life is all about,
yeah,
that just find one little thing, try a spiritual practice, and just, how I feel about it, that there's so many misconceptions out there, because I have been through the back and forth saying, oh, this, you can't do this because that's against, this religion and that religion. But you've been practicing this longer than I have, isn't it? Like you said, listen to your body. Your body knows everything. So if
Yeah.
it doesn't feel bad to you, it's okay. Find something, try a different yoga class, try a meditation class, and I think from that little step is going to probably help that person kind of just see
Yeah.
more light in their life. And do these fun rituals and write down. I have my journal. My journal is fantastic in the amount of things that have happened since writing
Yeah.
it down. I'm like, oof, when you get more in tune, things
Yeah.
start to happen and you see some have you ever done, what is it? I don't know what you call it, but it's like journaling, but for 5 minutes straight without the pen stopping. Just because even you're
Okay.
talking sometimes gibberish, but
You
you just
just write it down
let's
to
keep
release it
whatever,
out.
yes, just to release it out. And then you look back at the pages and then you circle the first words that kind of stick out. And when you look at those words, it's like very powerful words that somehow you connect with. I forget the name of this
Wonderful.
journal practice, but things like this where somebody may be, just feeling down. And I think that they just need to make a very small routine,
Mm.
whether nighttime's your time or
Yeah.
morning
Yeah.
sometimes is hectic to me. I do take at least 5 to 10 minutes of very first thing when I wake up. I just be grateful and do
Yeah.
my meditation. I have to, otherwise my day
Yeah.
is off. And
Yeah.
nighttime I love, but to do a special ritual and
Mm.
just so that they can
Yeah.
start introducing, correct?
Absolutely. Absolutely. There is no one size fit all.
Mm-hmm.
We all have to figure it out for ourselves. And I think that makes it very special rather than one feeling overwhelmed that, okay, there's so much out there. What should I choose for myself? But again, if someone's listening to us and they feel a connection, then of course it's a very natural habit. Okay, then we're going to go further look into their offerings. Very beginner friendly yoga video out there. Let me just try this. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
this is pretty
Mm-hmm.
doable. These are very easy postures, nothing fancy. We've been doing
No,
this when we were
exactly.
kids as well. Okay,
Exactly.
let me just start here. Fair enough. Go right ahead. Take your time. And then also, like you said, very important, even if these 20 minutes or 5 minutes of meditation, you are able to devote that time to yourself. Look at it that way.
Mm-hmm.
This is what
Mm-hmm.
I need. I am
Mm-hmm.
a priority for myself. Women are now in that stage of life where we have to put ourselves on the pedestal.
Absolutely.
That is it.
Absolutely. Yes, even mothers out there, like
Oh,
me, for
yes.
instance, I was single
Yes.
parent for,
Yes.
woof, majority of their bringing up, 19 years now. My son's 19
Wow.
years old. So
Beautiful.
yeah, 18 years. And again, those life comes at you, you meet certain people that are not right for you at that time, but good things come out of that for a
Yeah,
reason. Maybe
lesson.
not
It's a
this
lesson.
person,
They're
it's all
teachers.
lessons. And I became so strong because of that whole situation. And
Wonderful.
even look at the kids are growing to be more resilient because of everything. Everybody has their own,
Yeah.
story and situation. And so, like you said, you're in Dubai, you do travel a lot. I'm gonna put down below in the description where they can
Yes.
find you. You have quite often a lot of events going on, but one special one coming up. This is for the ladies going through in their midlife, going through
Mm-hmm.
menopause. Yoga, breath work, meditation, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yoga, breath work
It's
for
happening
menopause
tomorrow, in
wellness.
fact.
Woo! At
Yeah,
what
it's
time?
online. It's 6 p.m. Dubai time, I think. The link has all the information. I have already a few signups. I'm very happy that
Amazing.
they're giving themselves this opportunity to show up for themselves. And it's a recurring thing. This is now this has started. I have started something as a community. It's for free. Yeah, it's basically a brief conversation. We share our stories. We do a little bit of movement and breath work and guided meditation. I guide them through some meditation. Post that, we'll have a short Q&A, just
I
for an
love
hour.
that.
I think 1 hour to ourselves, where we can be in a community of like-minded women,
Yes.
empowering each other more than anything. We could
Yes.
use that motivation, I feel.
For
Yeah.
sure. And then those that sometimes feel maybe they don't have that support or anything,
Yeah.
find one of these groups, and just give it a try. And you never know who you meet, different
You
connections, and
never know.
you never
Yeah.
know. You never
Yeah.
know. And just get out there and try and do these little routines.
Yeah.
And every day we need to take care of ourselves,
Yeah.
and priority morning
Priority.
and
Yeah.
at least night, and for sure.
Yeah, before going to bed, listening to a meditation or just saying gratitude prayers or just be saying, okay, I'm so grateful for my body. I'm so grateful that I am here. I'm so
Hmm.
grateful that I'm healthy and I'm loved. That's it. And then go to
I
sleep.
love that. And that's it. And going to
That's
bed
it.
right before bedtime is the most sensitive
Absolutely.
time
Mm-hmm.
because what you're sleeping and thinking
Mm-hmm.
about, it's drifting in your background. And
Yeah.
that has also changed my life a lot since
Yeah.
doing that.
Yeah.
Beautiful, beautiful. And you also do, you teach your yoga classes as well online and in person in India.
Yes. So currently, because I'm here for some time in Dubai, I am shifting it all online so I
Perfect
can
for
be accessible
everybody.
for whoever wants to.
Yes,
I think that's the way forward for me. Retreats are definitely happening in India in the coming
beautiful,
months. I am planning something. Again, it's going to be
beautiful.
exclusive to us goddesses where we can come
Yes.
together and celebrate ourselves. I generally like to do these retreats during full moon and new moon because, again, it's connected to our body, our cycles,
Our
whether or not
cycle.
we are in a perimenopause or menopause, it doesn't matter. The cycle continues.
And
It
it's so
still
true.
plays a big
Ah,
part. So I try to incorporate, like I said, it's a holistic practice, what I guide
totally,
ladies
totally.
through. Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, I love that so much. So I'm gonna put in the description below where everyone can find you. You have
Yes,
an Instagram and Facebook
I do.
page. And
I
what is
do,
that?
yes. So my Facebook, actually, Instagram page, it's Priyanka Pahwa, but it's with a double A. We can share the link later. And I actually have also this Facebook group where again it's for women who can come together and just share, just open up yourselves, and maybe your story can inspire someone to,
Mm-hmm.
not feel that they need to be fixed or that
Mm-hmm.
something is wrong. This statement that something is wrong with me is a very powerful statement. We need
Yes.
to release that. And
Release.
that's why this space is there for women to say, no, I am perfect as I am. I am worthy as I am. So these are the spaces where women can come collectively, feel safe, and most importantly, not judge themselves because nobody in that space is judging each other. So let's not
No,
judge ourselves as well. So yeah,
absolutely.
I'm trying to create spaces where we can all come together and let's just help each sister out. That's all. That's all I
Yes, no,
want.
that's all. Yes, and with that good energy out there, what goes around comes around,
What goes
and
around comes around. Yeah.
you're such a sweet, sweet, sweet soul, and I'm just so glad
Oh,
that we connected because
I'm
no,
so
this is
happy
what
you
this is.
did too. I'm so happy.
Yes, no, thank you so much.
Thank you.
For
Pleasure.
anyone listening, get on her Eventbrite tomorrow.
Yes,
That's gonna
please
be so
do
much
join
fun.
me. I would love to
Yes.
have you over.
Ah, I
Yeah. Thank you, my dear. Have a
of